Meeting is now streaming live on YouTube. Hello, YouTube. Welcome to.
Hang on, I'm not sure we are. Let's see. Maybe.
It says it is.
It says it is. The
See,
Zoom.
on my screen, it says it's setting it up.
Oh, there's a
I'm not
bit
sure
of a
what's
delay.
going. Don't say anything bad in case we are live.
I would never.
Now you
Here,
guys
let me
are
pull up the
live,
YouTube.
and I can see you on YouTube.
Hello, YouTube.
Hang on, I'm not sure. Let's see. Maybe.
It says it is.
Now I can hear me twice. Like a dream and a nightmare all at once.
You have to
All
find
right.
the browser and click off YouTube. Off
It's
the
live.
bottom.
I don't have YouTube open. Somebody else.
I just checked. It's live.
Cool. Awesome. All right. So hello again to YouTube, anyone watching. This is Mopco's long form improv class. We had a lot of fun quarantining and doing long form improv together. We're going to do two forms for you. The first we call, it's called Moon River, Goon River. It's based off of Spoon River anthologies, which if you know, wow, you and me, we know what they are. So to get us started, hey, Alex, are you there?
I'm here.
Oh
my God, he got a haircut.
Where is here?
I'm live from the top of the Troy State Street parking garage.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What's the weather like there?
It's sunny. It's I believe it's maybe in the low 80s. I would guess. Not very good at guessing temperatures, but it is sunny and nice and cool. And I'm excited to tell you guys words. Is that what you need?
Yeah, we need some words. So Alex, we need like an annual event, like an annual, like a grape stomping celebrate like festival or an apple picking.
The duck race.
The duck race. This is the annual duck race. And what type of town or city is this taking place in? Like, what's the name of it?
Oh, it's Blueberry Gulch.
Blueberry Gulch had their annual duck race yesterday, and we're going to hear all about what happened there.
You know, been doing this duck race for 25 years. And I don't know what's wrong with these people. I think Martha tried using an African goose, right? She thought for some reason we wouldn't realize that a goose was not a duck. Okay, first of all, when you live in a town of less than 300 people, you're gonna know what a duck looks like. Somebody brought a chicken. They didn't put it in the race, but they thought that'd be funny. We had the dog trainer there. The dog trainer, awfully weird fella. He seemed to talk like he was from the past. And for some reason, he decided that instead of going on 3, that he would just release the dog randomly to chase the ducks so that they would race down the path. Now, the mayor of the town is not happy because we got a bunch of duck doo-doo all over the place. And now we just got to clean that up. We got feathers everywhere, and this is just a bad scene going on.
You know, I've been mayor of this town for 35 years. And this year's duck race was just a disaster. We had all kinds of animals. We had chickens in the number. We had African goose. I don't know what Martha was thinking, but somebody let this dog loose, and we have dog doo-doo everywhere in Blueberry Gulch. I like to call it BG. We spent $8,523, and I think it was 24 cents on doo-doo dispensers, and another $3,525 and 19 cents on bags. Now, this is just chaos in BG. I mean, we are a very orderly town, and you know, if Sally Jones is going to keep having this duck race, I don't know personally why everyone is so attached to this duck race. I've really never liked it. But if Sally is going to keep organizing this fiasco, that I really think that she needs to get all her ducks in a row.
Ooh.
Hi, I'm Martha Gully, and everyone seems to have a problem with my African goose filly. But listen, I read the bylines in the Blueberry Gulch Annual Duck Racing Guideline book, and there was nothing that said you couldn't bring a goose, you couldn't bring a chicken, and Carl did that, and that was just a disaster. You can't bring a cat, you can't bring an ostrich. It never says you couldn't bring a goose. So I'm sorry that my goose was faster than everyone else's ducks, but I can't control that. He's just the best little goose there is. Yes, you are, Philly. Yes, you are. But yeah, Carl's chicken was an absolute disaster. The thing just laid eggs the entire way down the road. I don't understand why people think they have to pick on me just because my goose is just better looking and it runs faster and it's meaner. Like, sorry, it's just the way it came in the box that way. I can't control it. Sorry.
I don't see why having a chicken in a duck race is such a disaster. All these ducks are laying duck droppings all over Blueberry Gulch. My chicken's just laying eggs. Eggs for anyone. Anyone in town could get free eggs just by following the trail down the road. And no, apparently that's against the bylaws. So now I have to go clean up all of the duck droppings because I violated the bylaws. I guess that's on me now because I brought a chicken. Just this whole thing is just a disaster, and don't even get me started on that goose.
Rules are the rules, by golly, and if it's a duck race, you gotta have a duck. That's why I thought I had the finest duck, dodging chicken eggs, chasing after geese. Who could possibly win a race? I mean, the water part, but then the goose was so far ahead. Oh, I'm so frustrated. The mayor did his best to try and do what he could to get ducks only and get things cleaned up. But there's only so much one person can do. By golly, they ought to have no other birds but ducks in town on duck race day. And that's what I say, because the rules are the rules. Now, if somebody wants to come on, go ahead.
Ugh, I hate annual duck race day. I always have to clean up all this doo-doo afterwards. I don't understand why Sally Johnson always has to do this. I try to keep Blueberry Gulch so clean and so beautiful and so pristine in this duck race. I hate it. It's so stupid. And these chickens, now there's eggs all over the place. It's 100 degrees out. Now there's all these fried scrambled eggs all over the place. And now I have to clean up all this doo-doo, and Mayor Gill just keeps going along with all this nonsense. I just don't understand it. And that Martha, she has such a goose. I don't understand what her goose fetish is all about. But I don't like this. Now I'm gonna go home and smell like duck doo-doo, now goose doo-doo and chicken doo-doo for weeks. because of this disgusting race, and I hate it. We try to make this town so great, and then we have these backwoods races with ducks. Come on, it's 2020. I just don't understand why we even have to do this anymore. I hate it.
Now, Martha, right here is what a real duck looks like. Martha and Carl don't understand what a real duck looks like.
Mr. Gregory, we can't. We've been through this so many times. We just. It's a duck race.
Yes.
For 17 years, it's been a duck race.
Yes, duck, quack, quack. Quack,
Yes.
quack.
Yes, Mr. Gregory.
My duck would have won. Now for that chicken.
You know, I was standing on the sidelines and I was watching this duck race. And I was looking at the people in the town. And I think there's just something about this duck race, some kind of a spirit that just saps the intelligence of the townspeople out of their heads. I mean, we go through this every single year. We've spent all this money on this duck race. And BG is on its way down financially, and it's mostly because of this duck race. I honestly can't honestly find anybody in the town that likes Sally Jones. I think Sally Jones put up Martha to put in that African duck. I think Sally Jones sent that dog through the crowd. I think Sally Jones won't let Arthur win. He's got the best duck every year.
This mayor, nobody calls it BG except for him. The money. What does he care about the money? I just, and he never remembers my Johnson. What's so hard about the last name Johnson? It just, he looks me directly in the eye and calls me Sally Jones every single time. Even during the meeting when I have the plaque in front of my name that says Sally Johnson. All he's concerned about are his dollars and cents. He doesn't care about what this event brings to our town. I mean, okay, this year, I can't do it anymore. I can't. 17 years, it's all gotten out of hand. It's no longer about the sport of duck racing.
As I was saying, people are losing their minds. Sally Jones doesn't even know her last name.
Well, let me tell you what, next year, Blueberry Gulch is going to be celebrating its first annual avian race, because I'm going to the ACLU and complaining about all of this discriminatory bird mixing. We can have geese and ducks and chickens. My chicken is a prize winner. Look at this thing. It is a beautiful being. This chicken is going to win this race.
You ain't beating my duck. I'm calling you out right now. Yeah, you run, Carl, like a chicken.
Your duck is a platypus.
Scene.
Your duck duck is a platypus.
Your duck is a platypus.
Wow.
We should get bumper stickers and coffee mugs.
Now that sounds like a song cue.
It does sound like a song cue. Your duck is a platypus. Alex, you seem to have moved on the roof a little. Have you repositioned yourself?
Yeah, I repositioned a little bit. I wanted to have some walking around space, a little bit more elevated, just so, you can get a better look at Troy behind me, famous skyline. So,
It's so majestic, that Troy skyline. Very,
Yeah.
very well known, all those bridges.
Yeah.
So Alex, you've been voluntold that you're gonna help us out for this next one.
That's right.
One of the other formats we worked on was Armando. So we're gonna get Alex to do a little monologue inspired by a word, and then our improvisers are gonna do a bunch of scenes inspired by that monologue. So let's see. I'll give the word since it's me. Alex, paper plate.
Paper plate.
Mm-hmm.
Paper plate. There was a time I lived in a very tiny apartment. It was a basement apartment, and I lived with a man named I will name him, I guess. He should be responsible for the crimes that I'm going to tell in this story. He's a man. He is 6'8", and he had to literally crouch down to get into this basement apartment. When he came in, there was what we called the airlock, where there was just like a sealed off length of hallway that you could get into. And then you came into the apartment, which was this like sort of E, extra E, an E with another E on the bottom shape, like a comb, I guess would be a better way to describe it, where it was bathroom and then 3 rooms all on one side. It had this drop ceiling, which was really, really low. And it was my first apartment. I was living with with John and this guy named Harrison, and both of them were very, very bad at washing the dishes. And to the point where the solution to dealing with our pile of dishes that were in the sink was to just buy paper plates, because then you could just throw them out and not have to deal with the dishes anymore. John used to complain that his hand was too large so that he couldn't wash things. I guess maybe there was one cup that was true, but the rest of it was a lie. And I remember the apartment, he was so tall at one point. I remember being hungover one morning, and he hadn't gotten a haircut in long enough time that his hair was dragging on the drop ceiling of the basement. And I was so hungover, I could hear him like walk to the kitchen, like dragging across the little like particles probably falling into his hair as he went across the drop ceiling, to go to the fridge, open it up, get something out of it. I could hear him go to the sink, see that there were no clean dishes, go to the pantry, get out a paper plate, and then start making whatever he was making, because he wasn't going to wash a dish later. He was just going to throw out his mess. So yeah, paper plate.
I don't want to go.
Go where?
I don't want to go to school. Ugh, it's the worst.
Well, you could wash the dishes instead if you don't want to go to school.
Mom, you're gross. I don't want to do chores. I just don't want to go. Do I have to go?
You know that my hands and your father's hands are too big, so you have to be the one to wash the dishes.
Oh, that's right. I'm the special one with the little hands. I
Oh,
can't
such
play
cute little
guitar. I
hands.
can't hold a basketball. It's so hard.
Oh, honey, one day you will be a star. Maybe not a basketball star, but definitely a dishwashing star.
But there's no. That's not.
Dean.
Mom, you just can't keep making stuff up to make me feel better, okay?
Listen, bro, you know I would do the dishes, but I can't.
But these have been here for like 4 weeks.
Yeah, we needed amoxicillin, right? We needed penicillin, whatever grows in mold.
We should just throw out all of our glassware and buy new ones.
You know what we should do? We should break all our glassware, throw it out the window,
Yes.
and YouTube it.
I got so excited, I almost started in the room.
Oh,
I can tell you're excited too.
Oh my god.
Here, look, let me throw this one out.
You have the best ideas. I can't, like, this is going to be so much better than the time that we just, started breaking light bulbs on the ground.
And yo, this is better than that time we said we were gonna put a sandwich inside a VCR.
Up to after all the glasses have been broken.
Boy, I did not expect that lady to not hear us.
Ugh.
I said look out. And, like, you heard me, right? You heard me say look out.
I heard you say look out, but I thought. I mean, at least she wasn't wearing a mask, so I feel a little better about that.
I mean, look, they're a problem, but we don't want to wish ill on them.
We don't?
No.
Okay.
But we don't have to, I don't think we have to call the police either.
I mean, listen, we said look out.
That's right.
So I'm just walking down the street and there's all this glass around and some lady gets hit by a glass falling from the sky.
Oh my goodness, where are these glasses coming from?
Look out below!
Look out!
Ah,
My goodness, they're still coming.
is this hail? It looks like glass.
Yeah, I've never seen it shaped like this.
No, this is interesting.
Around here.
Comes the buzz!
Ah.
Thanks. You could stop.
Scene.
It's too hard.
You can do it.
No, my hands are too small. They're too small. So that my fingers don't do. They can't. I can't text the two at the same time. It's too hard. Can I help you? Ma'am, are you okay?
I think that this ceiling is really starting to get to me. I mean,
It looks lower than it was yesterday. Is that normal?
I think it's shrinking. It's got to be shrinking. It's because you've noticed it and I've noticed it,
Well,
right?
Yeah. We should call the landlord. That's not right.
Hey guys, I woke up and my closet's in my room now.
Harrison, that is not supposed to happen.
It's shrinking.
Hey guys.
Wait, you're noticing it too?
Well, yeah, the ceiling's like it's right there.
Guys, I think hitting my head on the ceiling causing me to lose some hair.
Well, okay, let's not get crazy here.
Hey guys, this is Joe from upstairs. Is your apartment getting bigger? Mine's getting bigger. It's like the floor is lowering.
Oh,
You really need to call the landlord.
I'm getting confused.
Why do you get the bigger apartment?
What? I don't know. I mean, it just started moving.
Oh, I get bigger windows now. I get more sunlight. Oh.
That's because you're friends with Joe.
Yeah.
See, your turn to do the dishes, hon.
It's never my turn to do the dishes. It's your job.
My job.
Huh? My job?
Yeah,
Being
it's
a
your
little,
job.
being a little like sexist there, aren't you?
Yeah, that's fine. It's your job. I'm not doing them, so.
That's his therapy.
I'm my job to do the
dishes, huh? Yeah. And what is your job exactly?
To keep peace, because clearly everything is conflict with you.
To keep peace, huh?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Doing a
I
real
don't
good
think you
job.
listen to yourself sometimes, so.
Doing a real good
yeah,
job of it, aren't you? You know,
I'm-
well, after I do the dishes, you know, and take out the garbage and make the bed and vacuum the floor and take out the dog, I get a little tired.
This
I don't
is
understand.
more. This is more than just about your chores. It's about what brings you together.
No, it's about his mother. She's supposed to come over and clean the house, and she never does.
My mom.
Yes, your mom.
This is about my mother.
Yeah, it is.
Listen, we got married because your family was the rich one, right?
Yeah, not the
my
one to do
fault.
dishes.
Not my fault they lost their business due to this pandemic.
Well, you know what? You're just gonna have to get over it because I'm never touching a dish. So just move past it.
Might I suggest you get a dishwasher?
Dean.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So Judy, you know, you've been with the company for about 35 years.
Long time.
You've been selling dish soap on the same route for that same 35 years. And I was looking at your numbers. I just don't know how we we missed it. But you're selling to one restaurant.
Well, yeah. Is there a problem with that?
Yes, you cover Albany to Potsdam.
Well, they buy all of my dish soap. I can't help it if they buy all my dish soap. They love me there. What can I say?
It's a hot dog stand.
They need it. It's a gross hot dog stand.
Judy, I don't know. I just have this sinking feeling that you're just buying the dish soap and
You want to finish that sentence?
we'll say that again. I'm sorry.
I said, do you want to finish that sentence? Because just think long and hard about what I've done for this company, okay? Does it really matter where the soap is going as long as the soap goes? As long as it's soaps? Isn't that our motto? As long as it soaps?
It is. That motto. My great uncle Petrie came up with that motto. The problem is, Judy, is if you are buying all the dish soap, I hate to tell you that, but you're fired.
Fired?
But yeah, with the COVID, we don't need you anymore.
Scene. Hey,
Wake up.
What?
rise and shine.
Oh,
What's up,
what a
Buttercup?
night. What a night.
Care to explain what happened?
Well, I don't know. The last thing I remember, we were at O'Leary's, and then I just woke up dragging my head against the wall.
Well, I remember what happened. You decided to get into a fight.
Yeah, that sounds like me.
Really? With two middle-aged women? You kept calling them Karen?
Sounds less like me.
Hello? Hello? Open the door,
God,
please.
that's one of them.
Open the door, please. I have something I would like to say to you, young men.
God, what are we gonna do?
Like, we have to let her in, I think.
I think you have the wrong apartment.
No. I looked you up on Google Maps. I got the credit card
Hello?
information.
Did he call you Karen too?
Oh God, they're
Understand why my name is Kara, not Karen.
both here. What like?
My name is Julia. I'm not even near it.
Oh,
Hello?
Wait,
Hello?
you said I only got into a fight with two.
Hello?
Hello?
yeah, I didn't tell you about the middle-aged man you got into a fight with.
This is
Hello, this is
Oh
the
my God.
police.
I think your neighbor's here. Do you
I
want me
gotta
to
open the door. I have to open the door. I have
No,
to.
listen.
Get him.
Yay. Fun. Now for those Karens, we'll hunt you down the next morning. Well, thank you so much, everyone who was watching. If you were watching, you're like, wow, I want to do improv from the comfort of my own home where I may or may not be wearing pants. We have classes starting, we have drop-ins, and we have jams going on. No pants, optional, right? You can do it from your bed, it's awesome. But you can check out mopco.org for all of our classes and drop-ins and jams. Thank you so much for watching. Wonderful work, Longform Improv class, yay!
Yeah.
And stick around if you want to come back on at 8 o'clock. The Mopco company will be doing their show from weird locations. What else? What?
Doug saying something?
What? I don't know. All right. Bye.
Bye.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. We're still live on YouTube.
Is anything else?
You're just live. Another